I'm going to start this off by saying that I didn't have the best support system in the world. My stepmom is abusive, my dad works 3 jobs, and my biological mom left the picture after I was born. This starts one day as I'm playing out in the backyard by myself. My stepmom is out drunk on the sofa when a man comes up to talk to me. Despite the fact I'd never met the man before, I'm not afraid of him. He walks right over to me and gets on the swing next to mine. "You're a little young to be all alone out here, aren't you?" He says this more like a statement than a fact. I was 8 at the time. "I don't know, but Mom doesn't let me go outside. She says I'm a little shit and a bad kid, that I don't deserve to do anything like that." The man's face changes for a brief moment. He looks angry, then changes back to normal. "Well, she's wrong. She's always wrong about you, Eric. You're obedient, kind, and do well in school. It isn't you. It's her." He says this all while looking at the house. He knows my name, tells me everything is going to be all right. I don't believe him, but I say nothing so he doesn't get angry with me. He has a nice face, and he's really tall. Taller than even my dad. "I'll talk to her soon, and she won't hurt you anymore. I promise," he says before walking off again. My stepmom comes out as if on cue. "I told you to stay inside. Get back in here and go to your room," she says angrily, and I do as I'm told. That night, I lay in bed for a long time, thinking about what the man had said. When I wake up to go to school in the morning, I don't see my stepmom. Thinking she's either angry with me or still sleeping, I get dressed, make myself a bowl of frosted flakes, and go out to the school bus. While at school, I don't think about the man at all. I like school. Everyone's real nice and friendly, and I have friends there. Sometimes I wish I didn't have to go home, that I could stay there instead. But unfortunately, the day ends, and I'm on the bus to go home. When I get home, however, there are men in uniform everywhere. Police. My dad's there with them, and when he sees me getting off the school bus, he hugs me. "Son, I'm so glad you're safe," he says, crying. "Dad, what's wrong?" I ask, wondering why he's so upset and why the policemen are at the house. "Someone killed Mom, Eric. She's dead." I froze. Dead. I simply nodded, and he hugged me again. He said I'll be staying with my grandparents for a few days. I loved going to my grandma's, so this was okay. I thought I saw the man again, hiding within the crowds of police, dressed like one. He nodded at me, and then I left. I'd see him again years later when I was in high school. By that time, I was dating my first boyfriend. I found out who I was in the 8th grade when I wanted to kiss Spider-Man instead of Gwen Stacy. There was this big monster of a bully who made my life a living hell. That's when I saw the man again. He was a substitute at my school. He had me stay back after class, said he was going to have a little talk with Roger, the bully, and he would make sure I'd be safe. After I left, Roger called me a slur and threw trash in my face because, as he said, I was trash. The teacher called him in, and I went to my next class. I didn't see Roger on the school bus going home, and just assumed he'd gotten detention again. I sat next to Keith, my boyfriend, and didn't think much of it. I was just happy there wouldn't be any nastiness on the ride home from school for once. The next day, the janitor found Roger's body in the boys' bathroom, hanging from a shoelace. Classes were canceled for the day. There was an investigation, but nothing ever came up. I saw him the day I went back to school. He'd taken over as my homeroom teacher. My other homeroom teacher was a miserable old woman who treated most of the kids at school like garbage, and me even worse somehow. She made it a point to single me out by not letting me sit with my boyfriend, while the girls and boys got to sit together, even if they were dating. They never found her body. I'm 23 now and living on my own. Sometimes I still see him. In the faces of random street pedestrians. I see him in the eyes of the store clerks, janitors, and such. Still looking out for me, even now.